Hi YouTube, it's been a minute. I've felt like shit lately. Once again, more on the mental side of things than actually being sick. I'm honestly just very blah lately. I think we all are. Even my husband's getting a little bit on the blah side, and he's naturally a homebody, and it's only just starting to really get to him. It's been getting to me for a minute. So in an effort to make sure that I could film today, I drank a big cup of coffee before sitting down to film. So I'm hoping that gives me enough energy to actually be remotely interesting to watch. Want to do this because I really just haven't been wanting to sit down, do makeup, film videos. I ain't been feeling it lately. And that sucks because I really love to do makeup and film videos and stuff like that. I wouldn't do it if I didn't. So if I'm sporadic, that's why. I'm trying. We're all trying. We're all in this together, you know? So, Babble session. We are here for my hashtag teamprojectpan. I'm not too late with this update, thankfully. I did finish another thing in the couple of days that I probably should, between when I probably should have filmed this versus now, so that's always fun, but otherwise, yeah. I have 4 empties. I will go over them real quick for y'all. First, I have my Hoola bronzer. Yay! So this is what it looked like last time. And now we just have this beautiful empty pan. Now, I wear a lot of bronzer to make myself not look like, you know, not look like I'm haunting my own house. But yeah, so I go through a bronzer a little quicker than is probably normal. Last time it weighed 9.0 grams, this time it weighs 8.2 grams, and that's just the pan right here. I've had it depotted for ages. I'm actually replacing it with another bronzer. This is my MAC Extra Dimension bronzer in Aphrodite Shell. This is from the, I think it was the Turquotics collection. I don't know. I bought this off of Poshmark because I'd always wanted it, and it sold out in like a heartbeat, and I got it for a halfway decent price. So as you can see, it's been used. I finished that. When did I finish that exactly? April 19th. So I've been using this for a couple of weeks. And I do really like it. It's a nice lighter bronzer that I can easily get away with. Occasionally I have to scrape it to make sure that my brush picks up on it, because apparently something about this Extra Dimension formula, it doesn't pick up on brushes the greatest. And that's true. I just don't know why, but I'm working on it. This is going to take probably the rest of the year, and I'm totally fine with that. And I know that it's like a waffle underneath here. It's not like, you know, a flat shiny pan, so you kind of have to dig product out. So this is one that's probably going to be in here for the rest of the year, but that's okay. I'll just be happy if I finish it by the end of the year. I mean, I already finished a bronzer, and it's a really old bronzer on top of that, because I bought that in like the spring VIB sale of 2014. I actually know exactly when I bought that, because that was right after my house burned down. I had one bronzer in my collection, and I'd always wanted to try, or I say always, ever since I got on YouTube, I've been wanting to try the Benefit Hoola bronzer, and I used my discount to buy it. Anyways, yes. It's an old ass bronzer. It had pan on it forever. I hit pan on it, I think in like 2016 probably. And I've just been working on other bronzers since then. But now that is finally finished, which is awesome. And we're rolling in this, which I think came out in like 2015. So it's not much younger. It's also a pretty old product. And I'm trying to go cruelty free, and MAC is not cruelty free. So need to get that out. Next we have my lip gloss. Yay! So when I finally started using this, it went pretty quickly, which I'm not that surprised. Sorry, I'm pulling it up on here so that I have the date I finished it. There we go. This is the Bite fruit lip gloss or something like that. I don't remember what it's called. It's like 2 formulas ago now. It's really, really old. It's in the shade Bellini. It is a really pretty color. I actually really liked wearing it on days that I wasn't wearing much other makeup and I just wanted like a little bit of color. Like, let me see if I can get a swatch. I popped the stopper out a long time ago. I say a long time ago. I popped the stopper out sometime in March so that I could get product a little bit better. Here we go. So it's like this nice bright pink. There's a little bit left in the bottom, but because this is so old, I don't really want to dig it out, and it would probably only be like 1 or 2 applications anyway, so I'm just not that concerned about it. I didn't weigh this. I'm weighing my new lip gloss now, thankfully, but I did finish it on April 21st. Now, what I'm throwing in is another little mini lip gloss. This is a MAC lip gloss in the shade Nymphette. Because I left it sitting up, I was able to actually get a measurement on it. You can't quite see it as well as before because I have used it. But that is where we're at. Holy mother, it's literally focusing on everything but what I want it to focus on. Screw it. We're about right here. Sorry. But I also weighed this one, and it does have the stopper in it, so I have to keep up with the stopper now. And its current weight is 7.9 grams. It's a little bitty. I'm not surprised it doesn't weigh that much. I am using it today on top of like 2 lipsticks. Like I mixed 2 lipsticks together. In case you want to know, it's my Bite Jam lipstick that I'm still trying to finish. And this Bite Amuse Bouche in Sorbet. So, as I'm trying to use up jam, but I didn't want something super dark with the eyeshadow that I'm wearing, so. But yeah, so I'm working on the MAC one now. I'll probably finish it sometime in either May or June, just depends on how much I'm using it, we'll see. I'm not necessarily in a hurry to finish that one, because it's much, much newer. Next is my hair product. This is the one that I just finished like a couple of days ago. I finished it on May 3rd. It is the Not Your Mother's Double Take Dry Finish Texture Spray. Can't really hear anything in it anymore. Last time it weighed 90.0 grams. This time it weighs 61.4. So I used up the last about 30 grams of product. It comes with 170 grams. It started at 127.8 grams. It had been used before, so it didn't. It probably had about half left, just guessing. I'm not entirely sure, but it is done. And that makes me very happy because it's actually quite an old product. And it was just something that I would forget to use, or I would default to mini texturizing sprays because mini, I could finish it up quicker, get it out quicker, but that thing was from like 2015 or 2016, so it needed to get used. And what I am rolling in is actually a brand new product. It's the only sea spray I have, sea salt spray, but you needed a hair product, and I am starting to use this now. It is the Verb Sea Spray. Windswept waves and light dry texture. Love this stuff for that sort of thing. I've only used it once. We are starting right up here. I do have it marked. And the weight of it is 213.5 grams. So it comes with 186 milliliters of product. Liquid is measured in milliliters. Powders and stuff are measured in grams technically, but they're on about a 1-to-1 ratio. So this is basically full. Like I said, I've literally used it once. And finally, for empties, this was no surprise. It is the Zany Laney Body Scrub in Best Gal. The scent notes are blueberries, cotton, and cake, and it was a scent based off of Agent Carter, one of my favorite television shows that they canceled prematurely. Fortunately, Zany Laney went out of business, which sucks. I do have plenty of backups, but this one is done. I'm actually rolling in another Zany Lady Scrub. That one last time weighed 118.7 grams, and just the packaging weighs 27.3. Now this one hasn't been used, so it's gonna weigh more. This is Silly Old Bear, based off of Winnie the Pooh. It is scent notes are honey, milk, and honey with the ... in there. Now that is solidified, I think, coconut oil, apricot kernel oil, and coconut oil, which at room temperature, coconut oil solidifies, moves to the surface. That's why it looks like that. And it definitely smells like hella honeyed, but I'm sure this will be done by next month. I tend to go through those pretty quickly. And it currently weighs 194.7 grams. So those are my 4 empties and the 4 things that I'm introducing. Now let's get to everything else. I'm still kicking myself for not weighing this first product when I started, and I don't want to start now because it just seems kind of pointless when I'll probably only have it in here for another 2 months. It is the Becca First Light Priming Filter. It is my primer for this, but I definitely made a nice jump last month, and if I keep that progress up, I should have this finished in the next 2 months, which is good because I've been working on it for ages. This is technically something I wear when I'm not wearing makeup, so I have to remember to use it on days that I'm not wearing makeup. I haven't worn a lot of makeup in the past 2 months like everybody else, so that's why it's honestly getting a bit more progress. Once I finish my MAC primer that is in my new Decade Project Pan though, I'm going to start wearing this with makeup, which I think will make it go all the faster as well. Like wearing it both without and with makeup. Because it is a good illuminating primer that actually still like holds onto your makeup and everything. It is something that makes my skin look pretty nice even without makeup, which is why I use it like that. Next product, it is my foundation. This is the El Makiage Woke Up Like This Flawless Base Foundation. Mine is in the shade 005. And here are my marks. I tend to go through foundation really quickly when I start using it, so this will be done by next month, to the surprise of no one. Last time it weighed 139.4 grams. This time it weighs 128.9. I basically used up over 10 grams. And there's really not a lot left. I can open this and scrape it out, so I will be getting every last drop of it because it is my favorite damn foundation, and it is $44. Once I go through a few more foundations, so I will be buying it again. So I actually have a review for it that I can link down below. Next is concealer. After finishing my first concealer in here, decided to throw in this color corrector to make myself actually use it and use it up because it had been sitting around for ages. It is the Hard Candy Color Correct Expert Cream. Mine is in the shade Peach, obviously. Last time it weighed 13.3 grams. This time it weighs 12.9, which is, I use up about 4.4 grams a month. That has been very steady. I don't know how much product is in here, but I think it's a lot. 4.9 grams. So I'm gonna have that for the rest of my life. But I literally use it every day. I just use so little that, like, I have actually gotten into the good habit of using it every day. I use 2 dots right here, and I use a dot right here and a dot right here and mix it in with my concealer. So you don't need a lot for it to work really well. And it was only like $5 when I bought it. I don't know if they still sell it. I think that might have been a limited edition thing. But I do really like it. And I will probably make sure to incorporate peach concealers in with my stuff from now on. Next is something that is taking forever, and I'm kind of getting sick of it. It is the Pretty Vulgar, the Powder Room Matte About It Translucent Setting Powder. And I should have known better when I put this in here because it is 25 grams of fucking product. But I was like, oh, I finished a powder in like, I loose powder in like 4 months before. I could finish this in like 4 to 5 months. The Becca powder was not this big that I finished at the very beginning of this year that I should have finished last year, but sometimes you don't wear. I missed like 2 days of wearing makeup and it wound up finishing at the 1st of January. It happens. But this is a huge mother effer. Anyways, last time it weighed 86.1 grams. This time it weighs 80 grams even. That has been the biggest jump so far. And I used it every day that I wore makeup, so that is probably closer to what the progress is going to look like under normal circumstances. I had to finally get to properly figure out how much to use because at first I was using too much. and it was looking really bad. But once I figured it out, if I do 3 taps of this into the top, I have the right amount. I was doing like 5 and then trying to use it all up, which was too many. And I was looking the wrong side of cakey. Don't go nowhere. Thank you. So now this weight might change a little bit weirdly because I leave the powder puff in here, but I need to wash it. It's looking kind of gross. So I don't know if getting like some caked in powder will change the weight a little extra or not. I don't know. So far though, I have used up 14.7 grams of this. This is 25 grams. I probably only used this a couple of times before I put it in here, so this is going to be in here all damn year. Unless I start eating it or something, I don't know. Next is my setting spray. I'm using the Physicians Formula. Where'd you go? Here you are. Hashtag InstaReady setting spray. This is another thing that when I use them, I go through them very quickly. Last time it weighed 88.2 grams. This time it weighs 49.6. I think it is about down to here, but there's just no way to tell. When I shine a light through this, it's completely opaque. So I'm pretty sure I would finish this by the end of this month, as long as I actually do wear makeup. Next is my blush, and I'm gonna be honest, I have pan, but I made this pan, and I'll get into it in a second. But anyways, this is what it looked like last time. It's my Wet n Wild Color Icon Ombre Blush in a purple haze, by the way. And this is what it looks like this time. As you can see, there is a little pinprick of pan in the center. Now, what happened was I was getting so frustrated with using this and not seeing visible progress that I poked a hole in the pan thinking it's gotta be really close, right? Well, it wasn't quite as close as I thought it was, so the hole is kind of dug in. And the thing is, even though as I'm still using it, the hole is starting to spread, but it's not proper pan. It's a hole. So I cheated a little bit to get this pan. I did use up the product that it knocked up though. So I at least have that in my favor, because this is one that I can use a lot of because it's really, really light. That was a complaint about these when they came out, was that unless you're super fair skinned, they don't really show up on you. Well, I am, and even I can like go ham on this. So there is that. Last time it weighed 40.2 grams. This time it weighs 39.5, which is a loss of 0.7 grams, which is a lot. Normally I have only been losing like 0.2 grams per thing. Now I have been wearing this one more. I've been focusing on it to try and hit pan. So I might have lost a little extra bit when I poked that hole, but I've also just been wearing the shit out of it. So hopefully next month the pan looks a little more actual used up and hit pan on it rather than I poked a hole in it because I got mad at it for existing. Because I would really want to finish at least a blush this year. And my stupid ass is working on 2 because I didn't think about it. If I was working on that alone, I wouldn't be as worried about finishing one this year. But I have like a more warmer toned blush in another project. Next is my highlight. This is in the packaging of the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Powder in Precious Petals, but if you've been watching this for a while, you know I actually mixed this with a Physicians Formula highlighter, and half of it is in here and the other half is in that pan. So here's what it looked like last time. And here's what it looks like today. The pan is spreading, but I mean, I still have a crap ton of it to use up. So I really hope I finish this by the end of the year. Might have to start wearing this as a freaking eyeshadow or something. I'm only wearing it down the center of my face today. I'm using another highlighter on my cheeks, but that's fine. Let's see, next is my liquid eyeliner. This is what it looked like last time. And now my e.l.f. cream highlighter has pan. I've never hit pan in a cream highlighter before. Can you see that? I really hope you can see that. because I can see you right through it, because I'm creepy. I do occasionally use this as an eyeshadow base as well, so that helps use it up a little bit more. So I hit pan, yay, it's visible progress, awesome. It still weighs the exact same. No wait, it went down by 0.1 gram. I take that back. Last time it weighed 22.9 grams, this time it weighs 22.8. So I'm gonna have this son of a bitch forever. I've never tried to even use up a gel eyeliner before. They're not typically what I go for. So, but I have a couple of them. And I've had this one forever and it's still creamy. So I'm like, well, let me see if I can try to use it up this year. We'll see how far I get. Next is my eye primer. I switched this out with another one last month to see if I could finish a little mini this year of eye primer. And it's NAR, so it's not cruelty free. I need to use it up. Last time it weighed 9.7 grams. This time it weighs 9.2, so I did use up a good bit. I had to pop the stopper out of it because this thing, if you don't pop the stopper out, you'll think it's empty very quickly, but it's not. It's designed poorly. I do still have the stopper though, so my weight is correct. I had to find the beast, but I literally finally found it today. Thank goodness. Woo, I'm knocking stuff around. Anyways, I think I could finish that in another 2 months. I'm not too worried about that. Next is a category that I put in for cream blush. I'm using the Sally Hansen Sheerest Cream Blush that is going to last me forever. This is what it looked like last time. And here is what we have today. The pan is expanding, slowly but surely. I'm also trying to use up this, let me grab it. This demon beast of a sample. It is a Milk Makeup Multi-Use Lip and Cheek Color in Work, W-E-R-K, because I don't feel old enough already. Now I have to have makeup products that are spelled like that. But this is gonna count in my makeup empties at the end of the year as a mini because it is taking me so long to use it because it is so pigmented that you only use a little bit at a time. So trying to use up both of these is interfering with my progress on this, which I'll deal. This will still get finished by the end of the year, but I thought I would have that finished up by like May, and it's not going to happen. Whatever. Next is my brow powder. This is the Anastasia brow powder. And this is what it looked like last time. And here's what it looks like today. And as you can see, I did hit pan in the darker shade, just a little bit, but I hit pan, which is very exciting. This is the product whose weight hasn't changed in 2 months though. And I'm just kind of like, what the hell? Because I know that all the weight in this is packaging and that's the problem. So last time it weighed 18.3 grams and it still weighs that after 2 months. And I hit pan last month too on the other shade. But I'm using it. That's why weighing things doesn't always work out for you, because sometimes it'll piss you off. We'll deal with it though. It'll be all right. Next are my measurable products, like on a piece of paper. All right, so first is my brow pencil, and it's teeny tiny. It's the Neutrogena brow pencil. Let me take the tops off of it. So like all of this right here is not product, it's a spoolie. This is all the product I have left. I can't sharpen it anymore. I sharpened it today and it took me forever and it was a pain in the ass and I'm not doing it again. So it'll be done in the next couple of uses. So brow pencils is one of those things that I go through pretty quickly when I'm using them. But here are the marks right here all the way at the end. I used up not quite half, but probably half of the, no wait, I didn't measure it from the thing, so. I measured this wrong. I'm just realizing it, because when I measured it today, I left all of this on here, but when I first measured it, I didn't do that. I thought this didn't look right. I'm gonna fix that later so that when the finale rolls around, I'll have correct measurements, but I used up over half of this last time because it's a very creamy product. You have to sharpen it like every 2 uses. So that is a thing. Next is my pencil eyeliner. This is also probably going to be done in the next month. This is the Estee Edit Kohl Kajal thing. I can't even read the name anymore, unfortunately. But here is what we have left. Obviously, the nude side is a little more than this, but I've been using this nude side as an eye base. It actually makes a very good eye base. So, especially when you're wanting something super neutral to make sure that if you're a greasy-eyed mess like me, your eyeshadow stays in place, but you don't want to change up the color of the eyeshadow. It's really good for that sort of thing. So this will definitely be done next month. This is my mark right about here. Now I'm going to talk about these next 2 products very quickly because my marks are like directly under the old mark. So it's because admittedly, these were just not what I was focusing on last month. I try to work these both these lip products at least 5 times a month. Last month I only had about 3. First is my Wet n Wild Perfect Pout Gel Lip Liner in Red the Scene. That's what it is. Shit, for a second there I thought I broke it. That would suck, but just a red lip liner. I normally go through lip liners very fast, but because I'm not wearing red very often, this is not getting that much focus on it. And then my Christian Dior lipstick in Rouge Zenna. I definitely used it a couple of times, but I just didn't use it a lot. So I don't really want to hold up things to show that I used these like 3 times. So they barely moved, but I just wanted to mention them really quickly. So let's get to basically everything else. All right, the numbs lock is still on. I'm dumb. All right, so next is the lip balm category. I put in a lip scrub, but lip treatment category, we'll call it. Mine is the Tarte Pout Prep Lip Exfoliant. Looks like I'm getting pretty close to the bottom here. I'm actually able to kind of start seeing through it, but I don't know how well you can see that. It looks like I am about down to here. I've been working on this since the beginning. Last time, oh, that smells so good. It's a very strong peppermint smell, but I like that. Last time it weighed 31.2 grams. This time it weighs 21.8. Math is not my strong suit, but I used up about 3 grams, which is better than previous months. I forgot to mention this, so I'll go over it real quick. This is my liquid lipstick that I did remember to use last month. It's the Glow Stick Semi-Matte Liquid Lipstick. Unfortunately, it also didn't change in weight. It is still 25.9 grams, but I did use it twice last month, so it got use, just not a lot, and it didn't change weight. Next is my nail polish. You can actually see it kind of on my nails right now. I really need to repaint my nails. Just this little not hard candy, this little Wet n Wild mini polish right here. Unfortunately, I don't know the name of it, so I can't tell that to you. Last time it weighed 29.3 grams. This time it weighs 21.0. I only used it this one time. I just didn't paint my nails worth of shit last month. No surprise. Next is perfume. This is the Juicy Couture fragrance, just the regular one, I believe. Last time it weighed 113.0. This time it weighs 108.3. So we are getting down there. I'm actually deciding that until this is done, I'm not going to work on any more perfume samples, just so that I can go ahead and get this finished, because I feel like the progress is just dragging because I'm also trying to use up perfume samples in my collection. But I think I can wait on that for a month or 2 and it'll be all right. All right. Next is the CosRX Essence. I actually almost showed this in a different project pan because I forgot which one it was in. Anyways, here are my marks. I actually had to erase a different mark that I put on there because I'm an idiot. But I definitely used up a nice good little chunk of this. This is gonna last me like 6 months. I always know when my camera is getting sick of me talking because it starts shutting off. Anyways, this is gonna last me like 4 or 5 months, even though I use it every day. It just comes with a crap ton of product. It comes with like 100 milliliters of product. So you definitely get your money's worth there. And it's not that expensive on top of it. It's like 24 bucks. Not bad at all. Last time it weighed 157.0 grams. This time it weighs 135.2. So that is, it's not gonna start losing even more as we go on, let me just say. And it looks like that is actually it. So thank you guys for tuning in. As always, I do really appreciate it, even when I talk forever, but that's probably some of the coffee coming out. But hopefully I will see you later. Bye.